All right, let's take a look at chapter 21, numbers 1 through 4. Which data design? Each situation described in exercises 1 through 4 requires inference about a mean or means. Identify each as involving 1, a single sample, 2, matched pairs, or 3, 2 independent samples. The procedures of chapter 20 apply to design 1 and 2. We are about to learn procedures for design 3, the two independent samples. All right. Number 1 reads, how sweet it is. Choose 10 agricultural plots of land located in different regions of the state. Plant half of each plot with one variety of sweet corn and the other with a different variety. Compare the sugar contents of both varieties of corn. This is a matched pairs design. Each plot is a matched pair. And that's what the book says. This is a matched pairs design. Each plot is a matched pair. In exercise 2, it reads, exercise and memory. To examine the effect of physical exertion on the memory of a witnessed event, researchers randomly divided police officers into 2 groups. One group completed a high-intensity physical assault exercise, and the other did no exercise. Both groups were then placed in a live, occupationally relevant scenario. After the scenario, the mean scores on an exam testing recall of what was witnessed during the scenario were compared. This is my pin out. This one is 2 independent samples. Smartphone battery life. To check the lifetime of a new battery in a soon-to-be-released smartphone, the engineers surfed the web over 4G continuously, beginning with a fully charged battery until the battery was drained. The engineer repeated this for a total of 10 times. He compared the results with a lifetime of 12.8 hours for the current battery use in the company's smartphone. This is a single sample. So if you look at the difference between 2 and 3, right? Here, the engineer repeated this 10 times for n equals 10 sample size, right? And in exercise 2, we randomly divided officers into 2 groups. One group did high intensity, the other group did none, no intensity. Okay. Let's see what the book says for number 3. Clear. This involves a single sample. So we had matched pairs, 2 independent samples, and a single sample. And those were our 3 choices. Let's see what number 4 is. Number 4 reads, too big. Smartphone battery life continued. Another engineer is checking the lifetime, excuse me, of the new battery with a prototype that she just developed. She wants to know how the lifetimes of the new batteries and her prototype compare. She measures the lifetime of the new battery and her prototype by continuously surfing the web over 4G until the battery is drained. She repeats this a total of n equals 10 times for each type of battery. So the difference again here between 3 and 4 that we saw between 3 and 2 was we have 2 groups and 2 samples. So this one is 2 independent samples. Let's go back for a second. What made number 1 different? Because there were 2 groups in that one as well, right? So let's look at that. In number 1, we had 1 plot of same earth, and we cut that same earth into 2. And so the location itself was like having twins, right? And then we did something to one set of the twins and not to the other, or having planted 2 different varieties on the same virtual plot of land. So because we're doing 2 things to 1 plot of land, this is a matched pairs design. Versus in numbers 2 and 4, we also had 2 different groups, and those were independent samples because we split the samples with the humans, right? We split the humans in half essentially, and one group went off and did one thing and one group went off and did the other. We didn't do 2 things to 1 human individual. We split the humans up. And the same thing with the batteries on the smartphones for number 4. We had phones, but we didn't do both treatments to each phone. We did separate treatments for separate phones. Hopefully that makes some sense.